Good afternoon, Sean. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm all right. How are you doing today?
Good. I've asked you to speak with you today about your experience with your battle with cancer. When were you diagnosed?
Either late September or early October of 2015.
What type of cancer were you diagnosed with?
Colon cancer.
Colon cancer. What was your first thought when the doctors told you you have cancer?
The first thought, holy shit. I just thought, this can't be happening to me. I'm too young. I was still only 48. I wasn't even supposed to go get the check you get for these until you're 50. So, made me think, wow, I just wasn't expecting it. It was kind of a bombshell, I suppose you would say.
Yeah. How long did it take for you to tell your loved ones?
Well, my girlfriend was there with me when they told me, so I didn't have to tell her. And I waited a couple of weeks before we had everything set up what we were going to do, before we let my kids know what was going on, so they weren't all spastic. I would at least have a little idea of what I could tell them what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
So, my parents, I let them know right away. Well, my dad, I didn't want my mom to know for a while because she's a nervous Nelly. She was worried.
Did you notice people interacting differently with you or treating you differently once they knew that you had cancer?
Yeah, of course, you would. Some people kind of got the feeling of, I wouldn't say pity, but, like feeling sorry for me, which, I suppose you would. If I found out somebody I knew had that, I would probably feel a little sorry. But most of it was good support, telling me good things and telling me they was wishing the best for me and everything else. So it wasn't bad. Everybody handled it pretty well.
That's good to hear. What was the process of your treatment?
Well, once I was diagnosed, I had to meet with a surgeon because I had to have surgery right away. I had my surgery, and after the surgery, we had to wait and see if the cancer had spread, which it had. So after that, then I had to meet with an oncologist and get set up to go through chemotherapy.
How long did you go through treatment?
I had 12 treatments every other week. So I guess I'm not good at math, but however long that takes, 6 months, I suppose, right in there.
Mm-hmm.
I started in January, and my last treatment was right around the end of June or early July in 2016.
What were your emotions like when you were going through treatment?
Well, they're kind of mixed. My aunt, who used to be a nurse, first thing she told my father to let me know was to stay positive, because truthfully, that is the key when you're battling cancer. You got to have a good outlet. If you believe you're going to get through it, I think it helps you that much more to get through it. Mm-hmm. A lot of people hear cancer and they just give up, and you can't do that. But also, I was scared to death, because I hadn't not planned on this. I had no idea what was going on. Mm-hmm. And I'd heard so many horror stories about chemo, which most of them are true. I don't wish that on anybody. Mm-hmm. It's not fun. So yeah, I was kind of both positive and scared at the same time.
What changes happened to your body physically while going through treatment?
Well, I lost a lot of weight because with chemo, certain foods just taste bad, and there's only certain things you can eat. You can't drink anything cold. You really can't drink anything hot, and I had to use plastic utensils because metal in your mouth just makes it taste that much worse. Mm-hmm. So I didn't do a whole lot of eating, and I went from around 190 pounds down to, I think at one point I got under 150. So it's kind of hard to eat when the food tastes bad and you don't feel good anyway. So I lost a lot of weight going through my treatments.
Was there anything specific running through your mind before they told you you were cancer free after your treatment?
Well, just, I really hope that this worked and I am cancer free, because even though I was staying positive, I really didn't want to have to go through that again.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's, like I said, it's not something I wish on anybody. It's not fun. And hold on, folks. My dog's an idiot. Come here. So, yeah, I just was really hoping that everything was good and I didn't have to repeat that.
Mm-hmm. What was your initial thoughts and reactions to you being told you were cancer free?
Well, just another holy shit. I was really happy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't have to worry about it anymore, which, I mean, you still do. I mean, I'm still going through some sorts of treatments now. I have to go see the oncologist every 3 months. I have to get colonoscopies done every year. So it's, you know, it's still an ongoing battle, but now it's a preventative battle instead of still fighting it.
What was the first thing you did after being cancer free? Did you celebrate? Did you just...
Yes, I took my girlfriend out to dinner, and we were happy that we did that. I went golfing, and I was on orders from her because one of my reasons that I knew I was going to beat cancer that I told her was I hadn't ever broke apart at the golf course yet. And she threatened to stab me if I did before we found out that I was cancer free, so I was able to try a little harder when I went golfing.
How long have you been cancer free?
Well, it's been about 2 years now, I guess. Like I said June 2016, so a little over 2 years. And every checkup's coming back good for the most part, so.
Yeah, that's good. How has your battle with cancer changed your way of thinking in any way? Hello.
Can't sit down. Well, I'd say the most obvious one is just once you find out you have something like that, you know, you're afraid, you think maybe your life's over. So you should start counting every day as a blessing and make sure you do the things that you want to do. You know, don't put it off till a later age thinking, well, you know, once I retire I can go do this, because so many people plan that way and then never make it to that. So live your life like you want to live it, and just be happy every day that you're healthy.
Has cancer changed anything about you physically?
Yeah, it has right now, because I went from losing a lot of weight to, now I'm a little touch overweight. I have the side effect from the chemo, I have neuropathy, so I can't move too good, so there's not much exercise I get. Walking is out of the question. I can't go very far without having to sit down. So I'm a little over what I should be now. So, but other than that, other than a couple scars from being cut open, nothing's really changed on my body.
How has these side effects affected you?
Well, I can't work. It's cost me being able to work because I can't stay on my feet. I can't do anything physical. I mean, still, even with my hands, I don't have the pain that I do with my feet, but I can't do anything too dexterous. I have trouble holding on to things. So, I mean, it's cost me that. Like I said, just being able to do the things, going out and taking a walk. My girlfriend's got a granddaughter that likes people to chase her, and I can't even do that. So it's a different swing, but things you just have to get used to, I suppose.
Is there anything else you would like to add?
Well, like I said, just if you're diagnosed, make sure, I know it's hard, but make sure that you stay positive and do your best to fight it. Find a reason you want to live. Mine was choked around about the golf, but I have 2 children that I'm kind of anxious to have grandchildren with them, and I still like doing stuff with my father and my mother, my girlfriend, and all, you know, both families, her family and mine. So stay positive and make sure you know you're going to beat it. And I think if you do that, it will up your chances 70 to 80%.
Well, that's all the questions I have this afternoon. Thank you for taking the time to speak with me today. Greatly appreciate it.
And that's no problem. I know you have an education and we have to help you get through that.